This is the historic Riddle Brothers Ranch. In 1896, the three Riddle brothers bought the land and established a ranch at the mouth of the Little Blitzen River. This main house belonged to Fred Riddle. He was the last remaining Riddle brother, and in 1952, he sold the ranch at the age of 82. The ranch operated until 1986, before it was sold to the Bureau of Land Management. Unlike the Shirk Ranch that we featured in the last video, this ranch has been well kept by the Bureau of Land Management and operates more like a museum. There's even a caretaker on site. A funny story about the brothers: if one of them complained about the way another one was doing a chore, the complainer automatically assumed responsibility of that chore from then on. All of the buildings on the property are open and you're free to explore. We made an attempt at driving Steen's Loop Road, but ran into a locked gate. Still, the views were fantastic. We stopped in at Field Station for some supplies, a late lunch, and some of the most expensive fuel we found on the entire trip. We continued on and got our first glimpse of the Alvord Desert. So we made it to the Alvord Desert and we got the tent set up. We had service, so we were able to check the weather, and it looks like the wind is supposed to die down. So hopefully we'll be safe camping here on the playa. It was a busy day of exploring. We went for a hike and found some petroglyphs and we tried to drive the Steen's Mountain Loop, but it was closed. So we went about 30 miles up and had to turn around, but beautiful views. Went for a hike there to the Riddle Brothers Ranch, and then got to Fields just in time for gas because we were cruising on empty, and filled up, and it was 3 o'clock, 3:30, and hadn't had lunch or anything, so we splurged and had a burger at Fields Station. So that was really good. And then we drove out here to the playa and found some camping. And like I said, we're hoping, fingers crossed, that the wind doesn't come up too bad tonight, and that we can have a nice restful sleep. Trey did his daily maintenance and checked over the Jeep. Oh, good. We enjoyed a few snacks and some wine, and watched the sunset behind Steen's Mountain. The next morning, I woke up in the quietest place I'd ever been. We got camp packed up here on the Alvord Desert. Really nice night of sleep. It was so quiet. I think it was the best sleep we've had the whole trip. And so now we're going to venture across the playa here and look for Mickey's Hot Springs. And hopefully we can find it. It's supposed to be like a miniature Yellowstone. So we're looking forward to that. And if we find it, we'll show you. To Mickey Hot Springs. Took the road less traveled, but we're here and we'll show you around. We were curious about the temperature of the different pools in the area, so we brought a thermometer along to check. 109.4. This next pool looked like people had used it for soaking, and it was a good temperature, but I couldn't help but think about that hot spring scene from Dante's Peak. Check the temp on this one. Get down. The deeper we got, the hotter the pools got. This one registered 136 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's measure it.
$186, $191. Wow.
hot?
118 degrees.
The hot springs were incredible. Really neat stop. If you're out that way, you should definitely check it out. We just came down the road a little bit further to Man Lake. It's actually dried up lake. Pretty setting though. And they have picnic tables, so we're just gonna have a little lunch here before we continue on. Have the awning set up for lunch because it's pretty warm out here. But check out this setting. Gorgeous. And this is lunch.